Good morning to everyone. So here let's start about third unit of linear integrated circuits and its application. So the third unit is application of operational amplifier. So what is amplifier? What is the operation of amplifier? That are all we are discussed about in second unit. So here we are going to discuss about application of operational amplifier. So the first application is instrumentation amplifier using operational amplifier. So in that we are using 3 operational amplifier and 2 differential amplifier circuit. So this differential amplifier um, is discussed in second unit. The operation of differential amplifier is used in instrumentation amplifier. So here we are using 3 op amp and 2 differential amplifier. So this is a basic circuit diagram of instrumentation amplifier. So this slide shows the practical instrumentation amplifier using operational amplifier. So this is also same operation. Here also we are using 3 op amp and differential amplifier. The differential amplifier is used in that particular instrumentation amplifier. So here a practical instrumentation amplifier circuit design based on 741 operational amplifier is given below. The amplifier operates from plus to minus 12 volt DC. It has been gain 10. So if you need a variable gain, then replace RG with a 5K pot, that is potentiometer. Instead of using IC741, you can use any operational amplifier, but the power supply voltage must be changed according to the operational amplifier. A single LM324 operational amplifier LC is a good choice. Out of the 4 operational amplifier inside the LM324 amplifier, 3 can be used for IC1, IC2, IC3 and the remaining 1 can be left alone. So the next is introduction of log and anti-log amplifiers. So the log and anti-log amplifiers are nonlinear circuits in which the output voltage is proportional to the logarithmic of the input. It is well known as some process such as multiplication and division can be performed by addition and subtraction of logs. So the next point is they have numerous application in electronics such as multiplication and division, powers and roots, compression and decompression, true RMS deduction, process control. So this is a circuit diagram of log amplifier using diode. So using operational amplifier. So this is a circuit diagram of log amplifier using transistor. So the previous slide it shows the operational amplifier using log amplifier diode. So whereas in the slide the same log amplifier using transistor. The next is anti-logarithmic amplifier. So this figure shows the anti-logarithmic amplifier using transistor. So in that slide an anti-logarithmic amplifier or an anti-log amplifier is an electronic circuit that produces an output that is proportional to the anti-logarithmic of the applied input. So this session discuss about the operational amplifier based anti-logarithmic amplifier in detail. The next point, an op amp based anti-logarithmic amplifier produces a voltage at the output which is proportional to the anti-logarithmic of the voltage that is applied to the diode connected to the inverting terminal. So in op amp we are having 2 terminals. So the pin we have 8 pin in op amp amplifier, that is operational amplifier, that we have discussed in second unit. So for two, second pin is inverting terminal and third pin is non-inverting terminals. That inverting input is given to the second pin of the operational amplifier. The circuit diagram of an op-amp based anti-logarithmic amplifier is shown in the figure shows. Next is multivibrator. So here we are having three type of multivibrator. One is astable multivibrator, monostable multivibrator, and bistable multivibrator. So multivibrator means is a circuit which produces the square waveform is called multivibrator. So astable means we have no stable state. Monostable means we have one stable state, and bistable means we have two stable state. So this is a basic astable multivibrator circuit using operational amplifier. So here the input is given to the inverting terminal, so which is connected with capacitance that is to be grounded, and feedback amplifier and two diodes connected back to back. This is a basic astable multivibrator circuit, and this is a waveform of bistable multivibrator circuit. That is, it shows the input and output waveform. Okay, so the capacitor is a device which is used to charging and discharging the input. So whenever the positive cycle, the capacitor is charging, during the negative bias, that is reverse bias, the capacitor is recharging. So the input is square waveform, the output is triangular waveform. This is a waveform of bistable multivibrator. This is a circuit diagram of bistable multivibrator using transistors. So here two transistors we are using back to back. So this is a push-pull amplifier. This is a waveform of bistable multivibrator circuit. And the last one is monostable multivibrator. It has only one state. So it is a monostable multivibrator which is used to, the inverting terminal is connected to the second pin, that is second pin. The diode is connected to the capacitor. So the output is waveform. So this is a output waveform of monostable multivibrator. The next is digital to analog converter using binary weighted resistor codes. A D2A converter using binary weight register code is given below. In the circuit, the operational amplifier is connected in the inverting mode. The op-amp can also be connected in non-inverting mode. The circuit diagram represents 4-digit converter. So this is a block diagram of D2A converter using binary weighted resistors. So here we are having 4 resistors. Each one have one weight. That is, first one is R, and next one is R by 2, third one is R by 4, and fourth one is R by 8. The next is analog to digital converter. So introduction to ADC. So what does ADC and why ADC is needed, application of ADC and ADC conversion process. And what is ADC? An electronic integrated circuit which transforms a signal from analog continuous to discrete form. Analog signals are directly measurable quantities. Digital signals only we have two states, or only either 0 or 1, that is binary state. So why ADC is needed? So microprocessor can only perform complex processing on digitized signals. So that's why we are using the A to D converter. So in microprocessor, the analog signal is converted into digital signal. So using A to D. When signals are in digital form, they are less susceptible to the deleterious effects of additive noise. ADC provides a link between the analog world of transduces the digital world of signal processing and the data handling. Types of AD converters. So here we are so many types of AD converters: dual slope AD converter, successive approximation AD converter, flash AD converter, delta sigma AD converter, voltage to frequency, staircase ramp or signal, slope charge balancing or redistribution switched, capacitor tracking and synchro or resolver. So this is a dual slope AD converter. This block diagram shows the dual slope AD converter. This is a flash type AD converter. So thank you.